Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the four-part initial series on dive watches, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video or two. I guess what it is that with my phone, after I think like 30 some odd minutes, it just kind of like cuts into new video. I probably need to get like a memory card in order to keep the video just kind of continuously streaming. But anyways, regardless of that, today we're going to be doing 13 watches. I know last episode, plural, we did 11. We're going to be doing 13 this time, and then we're going to be doing 12 and 12 to kind of finish it up. My math was just slightly off. It happens once in a while. So anyways, let's start to get right into the watches here. The first one we're going to lead off with is Devosa, the Argonautic, and we're starting to kind of creep up in price a little bit as well. So let's jump into the $798 category. And just again, for those of you who are kind of like, just joining us or just kind of subscribing or whatever it is, on my channel, I've decided to do a fantastic video series. First time it's ever been done this in depth on a channel. I have a lot of different dive watches, so I'm just excited to have you guys on board and to be able to kind of bring you all different dive watches across all different price categories. Again, just to preface, at least 200 meters of water resistance, screw-down crown, and unidirectional rotating bezel are an absolute must for all these watches. So anyways, getting into DevosaUSA.com. This is a brand that, again, as we start to get further in the list, we started yesterday with the $79 watches up to $795. Now we're starting to creep up. We're going to be going past 800, even past 1,000, I think, today. So we're starting to get into more well-known brands. This is one of those, a little bit more of a well-known brand, although it's not huge. This is the Argonautic BG Automatic Blue-Yellow 300 meter 161-52204. This one in particular is $798. And just like we did yesterday, we can go into some pictures here. So this is the front of the watch. And that's kind of like the side, right side bezel and case view. A little bit of a angled view there. It's a nice picture. That's the helium escape valve there. And of course, that is the crown. So let's take a look here and see what we have in terms of the specs. The reference is 161-52204. This is an all stainless steel case. It is the Movement Automatic DAV3021, anti-reflective sapphire crystal, of course. 30 ATM, 300 meters of water resistance. It has the date function as well as the helium escape valve. The bezel is going to be a high-tech ceramic luminous scale unidirectional turning. Blue dial with indices for the numerals. Super Luminova, Swiss Super Luminova for the lume on it, of course. The case back is screw in. It's not an exhibition, so you can't see the movement. The crown is screw down. It is a stainless steel strap and bracelet. It is a 43 millimeter watch with a 13.5 millimeter thickness. And of course, again, the width is 43 millimeters. So again, a pretty decent, it would be nice if they, again, Devosa had shown, and this is, of course, a very dark blue, of course. It would have been nice for them to show a lume shot. They just didn't. And again, these are all the different things that you get with the watch, which are, kind of cool. So after Devosa, we're going to be going into Squale. This is a very popular watch amongst a lot of insiders. Let's jump into them. Okay, so here we are going on to nomonwatches.com. They're another popular site for watches. Of course, somewhat unfortunately here, this is the first time that we're seeing it. a dive watch that is suited for 50 ATM, which is 500 meters. And of course, you see a leather tan strapped on it. And I have to tell you, thumbs down, guys. Absolutely not. That should not be happening on a dive watch. You don't go diving with this kind of watch strap. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. You could put that on, I guess, when you're not swimming, doing whatever it is, maybe in the wintertime, but in the summertime, get that strap off of there. Of course, this one does say that it is technically out of stock now, so can't even buy it, but maybe you could get this on the secondhand market. This is the Squale 50 Atmos Blue 1521 026-BLU. It is $829. And let's take a look at just some of the pictures that we do have here. Okay, so I'm going to have to kind of just click through them. So that is, of course, the bottom of the dial there. I mean, I love the blue, on the watch. It's actually very, very, very nice. You get the crown, with kind of like a little bit of a protector there with the side of the lug, which is actually kind of cool. And again, everything else with this watch is fine. It's just please get that strap off of there. That's just not happening. But of course, you guys could see the lume there. I always like it when the brands include their lume shots. You guys could see the case back, screw back, not exhibition. And that's it on a black leather. It's just not working there, people, at all. I'm sorry. This is a proper dive watch, and it should not be on leather at all. Rubber, maybe, at worst. Again, that's the side of the watch. Of course, the strap is made in Italy, but that would get completely just ruined. That's the watch on the wrist there. And yeah, just anyways, a whole bunch of stuff there. So let's just take a look at some of the specifications here. It is a Squale with a sunburst blue dial. It's a 316L stainless steel polished case. 20 millimeters lug width. So easy to change the band on that, no problem. Strap. Choice of leather or rubber strap, Italian made, 20 millimeters. If anything, at least go with rubber, but I would really strongly suggest putting stainless steel on that. It is a 41 millimeter in diameter, 48 millimeter lug to lug, 12.5 millimeter thick, and 42 millimeter bezel diameter. And you do get a Swiss Automatic ETA 2824-2, Super Luminova, as you guys saw in the pictures previously, screw down crown at 4 o'clock, a flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the inside, and water resistance to an impressive 500 meters. So this is really one of the more impressive watches we've seen with water resistance, of course. And again, even though it's out of stock here, you could probably find these pre-owned market, whatever it is, no problem. So again, $829 there for the Squale. Next watch we're going to go into is a very popular brand, Tissot. Okay, guys, sorry, I had to pause the video for actually a few more seconds than I would have liked. It's actually funny because something that happened was I clicked on the link in my document here, and of course, as you guys see, the price was $850 when I first saw this because we're going in order. Then I brought up the link, and then it says it wasn't working, so I had to go onto Tissot's website and type it in. And it turns out that they dropped the price to actually $725. I don't know if it's because of the coronavirus outbreak or whatever it is going on, but anyways, this is the Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80. You guys can see the item number there, and surprisingly they dropped the price, so better for you guys in a great way. So this is the Tissot Seastar here. You guys can see the Powermatic 80 movement there, water resistant to 30 bar. And those are the only really two pictures. It comes in these other variants down here, as you guys can see, of course. And yeah. So anyways, let's get into some of the specifications here and things like that. You see the reference number. I'm not going to read that fully off. It is a round case, water resistant, as I mentioned, up to 30 bar, which is 300 meters. 316L stainless steel case. A 43 millimeter size watch. The lugs, however, this to me is like 21 millimeters. It's very hard to change out the bracelet strap there, whatever it is. The thickness is 12.7 millimeters. It is scratch-resistant sapphire crystal with a blue dial. Of course, it is a Swiss Automatic Powermatic 80.111 movement from the Swatch Group, which means, again, put it down on a Friday, pick it back up on a Monday, it's still going to be working. You do get 23 joules out of it, and it is mechanical, so hand winding and automatic as well. And you guys can just see all the different other features with the buckle and the strap color. Of course, it's stainless steel. So, anyways, kind of a little bit of a pleasant surprise with the Tissot that I personally didn't expect with the price. So, going into the next category, we're going to take a look at the Edox Skydiver. All right, so here we are on something new is coming. Ooh, take a look at that. Head on to the Edox website to take a look. Anyways, we are on edox.ch's website. And of course, we have here the Skydiver with the reference number, as you guys can see there. This is the date automatic. And before we get into specifications, it doesn't really look like you can find this, of course, on their website to purchase, but you can find this probably almost anywhere or international retailer. Anyways, this is the front of the watch. A very nice, very, very nice blue dial there. Again, a little vintage inspired from the 70s. And you do see there the screw back case back. That is the clasp, and as you guys can see, a lot of micro adjustment there. That's like Rolex-esque, which is amazing. And then that's the presentation box with the little leather pillow that it comes in, and that's the watch itself. So let's get into some of the specifications here. Apparently not too many. Let me just take a look here and see if we have anything here. That's just the Edox Caliber 80A based on the ETA 28242 Sellita SW200 movement. So it just kind of shows you the different specifications with the movement there. In terms of what we have here, really doesn't show like, the case size is 42 millimeters. That's what I was looking for. This has the Edox crown with the double O ring safety feature to prevent water from really getting into the case. Luminescent hands and indices, of course. Sapphire crystal with a screw down crown. Water resistance to 300 meters. Has the date with the diving bezel. Stainless steel material. And it is a blue watch. So a whole massive ton of specifications there. But nonetheless, still a nice watch. And if you guys want to find that, again, that says Swiss francs $890. And the pretty much the equivalent to that is 890 US dollars there. So, and then Edox has a few other variations here just to show you guys. Of course, you know, just kind of like a cool line from them, which is really nice. And of course, you guys can see the reference number there. You guys can always take the reference number, put it right into Google, put it right into eBay, put it right into Chrono24 or any other websites that you guys search for watches, and hopefully something will come up in terms of how to buy it or where to. So that was Edox, of course. Now we're going to go into another very, very popular one in the Mito Ocean Star. All right, guys, so we are back. I know that this is a very, very, very popular watch. Unfortunately, just to let you guys know, their online store is no longer available. If you need assistance for previous orders, you get to call that number. And that really is a shame, MitoWatches.com, because they did used to have a great online store, no longer. This one does have the day date. I've had this watch. We'll say I bought one of the watches on JomaShop.com. Quality was just absolutely terrible, but although I know it came from Mito. But we're going to get into that during another video. Just for now, we're going into the specs of the watch and things. You guys can see the reference number there. Recommended retail price, including all taxes and everything, at $930. And just to show you guys some pictures here, that's the front of the watch, of course. This is the back. It's got little screws with the Ocean Star logo there. Of course, this has screws. It's not exactly a screw-down case back as we've been used to seeing. This is the side of the watch right there with the screw-down crown. And you get to see the watch there on someone's wrist. And then that's with the wrist pointing down. So let's take a look here and see what we have. Different variations, of course, which are kind of cool across different price points. And here is the technical data. We have a 42.5 millimeter stainless steel case, 22 millimeter lug width, water resistance of 20 bar. It's the sapphire crystal with double-sided anti-reflection treatment. It is 11.75 millimeters case height. You do get the Mito caliber base ETA C07.621, which is the equivalent to the 2836-2 with the date. Of course, you get a blue dial with the applied indexes and a stainless steel bracelet. And, of course, full lume, caliber 80 movement. And again, we're starting to see these kind of movements as we're getting into higher price points. Not needed, but a great bonus where you put the watch down on a Friday, pick it back up on a Monday if you're not going to wear it through the weekend, and it's going to continue to run. Very reliable movements at 25 joules. Stainless steel, of course. Sapphire watch crystal. And this is just like a little video you guys could take a look at. There's the lume. What's great about this watch, by the way, is the clasp. It's a micro adjustment the way that you want, so you could slide it out, slide it back in. I know in the last video I featured a few watches that had that, so that's a really great bonus with this. Just a few other pictures down here, as you guys can see, and that's about it. So that's the Mito Ocean Star Caliber 80. Really great bang for the buck. So next we're going to go into a very, very, very popular brand for dive watches that have been around for a long time, Doxa. Okay, so I just clicked on the link. It should be coming up very shortly. We're at doxawatches.com. And this is a watch that kind of just came out not too long ago. This is the Sub 200, and of course, like the nice beads of rice bracelet, a little bit more vintage inspired. And this one has 200 meters of water resistance with the date window. Just a very, very nice, very clean looking watch. And these are just some of the other color variants that they have. One of the ones that I know that they're known for is their orange and their blues and yellows. So very, very cool kind of offerings. They have stainless steel, which is available, and rubber, which is also available. And let's take a look here. This was, of course, unveiled at Baselworld in 2019. And here we go with the movement case and everything. So it is a 2824-2 ETA movement, automatic self-winding with 38 hours power reserve, 28,800 vibrations per hour, and 4 hertz with 25 joules, and decorated by Doxa. The case is 42 millimeters diameter width with a 14 millimeter height, screw-in crown, water resistance to 20 bar at 200 meters, and of course a solid stainless steel screwback case back. You get the hours, minutes, seconds, and the date. Sapphire crystal, unidirectional rotating bezel. They do have the stainless steel strap, separate beads of rice, as I mentioned before, style, attached by screws to ensure a secure fit. It also has the rubber strap with the buckle available in case you want. The lug width, unfortunately, though, is 19 millimeters, so it's harder to put somewhat of a custom strap on if you wanted. It has the folding clasp with wetsuit extension, which is also very, very important for, here are the different just reference numbers. They're all available, of course. And yeah, so that's Doxa stainless steel, and then you have the rubber straps there. I'll show you guys all those reference numbers just in case you want to take a look at them. Okay, and of course Doxa offers a lot of other very professional dive watches, no problem. They are a very solid and very sturdy brand. And of course, as we mentioned, the price is $990. Next, we're going into another very popular brand, back to the Swatch Group in Hamilton. Okay, so let's bring up Hamilton's website here. And of course, shop.hamiltonwatch.com. And this is the Khaki Navy Frogman at $1,095. Of course. And this is the watch. It actually has a, this is something you guys haven't seen yet, but this is a locking mechanism just to make sure that the crown does not pop out or anything. Kind of similar-ish, whatever it is, to like what Panerai does, and we're going to get to Panerai way down the road. This is the Hamilton, and as you guys can see, the reference number there with the strap reference number as well has the caliber H10 movement. It is automatic, 42 millimeters diameter, 12.5 millimeter thickness, screw down crown, 30 bar water resistance, stainless steel case and bracelet, and a nice 20 millimeter lug width in case you want to, again, change out the strap or whatever it is. So here are all a bunch of different pictures I just want to show you guys. It's a, very, very nice, very cool kind of watch. Fairly affordable for its price point. That's the watch on the wrist. Seems a little larger only because of the crown guard there, I think. I think I just skipped over something, which I did. As you guys can see, the watch is a little larger, and that's the case that it comes in. Certainly a little bit of a more animated kind of cool case. That's the watch a little bit closer up on the wrist there. And that's that watch. So again, very cool kind of piece, and you guys can see all the different kind of pictures there. So again, $1,095 through Hamilton, the Khaki Navy Frogman. Next one we're going into is the Glycine Combat Sub. Okay guys, so now we are on the website I keep talking about, chrono24.com. So this is the Glycine Combat Sub Automatic 42 millimeters, reference GL0271. This one is listed on Chrono24 at $1,108. However, if you wanted to, you could always, suggest a price, whatever it is if you want. And this is the watch itself, of course, and not too many pictures of it. Pretty much that's it. And this is, of course, brand new, original box, original papers, available now. And it looks like the watch is from Germany. So let's get into some of the technicalities of the watch. This is the Combat Sub. It is automatic, steel-on-steel bracelet and case. It's apparently brand new from this year. And it is a 42 millimeter case, 20 ATM water resistant sapphire crystal. And that's pretty much all that you get with that. You do have luminous hands and luminous indexes. It is Swiss made, so at least I'm sure the Lume Pip lights up at 12. All the hour markers, hour minute hand, as well as the somewhat lollipop seconds hand. Looks like it's almost like a gold-plated crown as well there, just to point that out to everybody. So that's the Glycine Combat Sub. Next one we're going into is going to be the Yima Superman Heritage Blue. Okay guys, so now we are on Yima's website right here. And of course, this is this is the watch right there. And of course, price is $1,199, which I believe, yep, had it right there, which is great. And this one is a 41 millimeter size stainless steel band. It's great because it comes in 39 and 41 millimeters, which is very cool. And this is the watch itself. 990 feet, automatic with the date. And you guys can, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's beautiful applied hour markers there, which are really cool. And this kind of just goes into, it's been around since 1948. And it comes with the Swiss Sellita SW200-1 movement. 38-hour power reserve, 26 ruby jewels, and beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a domed crystal there. Sapphire bezel, also, which is very cool. We saw that in one of the watches yesterday. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. Original bezel lock mechanism, which is actually really cool. So that's like a sign of a great, cool, true dive watch. It's got the iconic shovel seconds hand, which you guys can see right there with the loom pip at the end here and the red dot marker. And diver steel bracelet, which you guys can see there. 316L stainless steel anti-corrosion. And that is the Super Luminova on that watch there. And here we go to it. So it comes in 39 and 41 millimeters, 13 millimeter thickness. Lug on the 39 millimeter is 19 millimeters, so a little harder to change out the band. On the 41 millimeters, you get 20 millimeters. Case is polished 316L stainless steel. Scratch resistant sapphire bezel. Unidirectional count with a 0 to 60 scale with white plating under sapphire ring. As I mentioned before, it's the bezel lock with mechanism at 3 o'clock. You do get the screw down crown with the vintage Y Yima logo engraved. Sapphire crystal, 2.6 millimeters thickness, which isn't bad at all. It's domed. You do get the water resistance at 30 bar, which is 300 meters. And of course, the movement you guys can see here, which we kind of went over before. Minimum accuracy of plus minus 12 seconds per day, which isn't bad, but I'm sure you could regulate that to get it even better. Power reserve of 38 hours. And of course, blue sunray brush dial. You get embossed markers, the green Super Luminova, which you saw before, C5. And the band is the reissue of the 1970 Oyster vintage brand. Of course, with the diver extension folding clasp with secure lock and minted Yima vintage logo. It's very cool there with their watch. I feel like I just spent like 10 minutes on that watch. So let's get on to the next one here. We're going to be going into the Zodiac Super Seawolf 53. Okay, so now going on to zodiacwatches.com. And here we see the Super Seawolf 53 compression ZO9250 at $1,295. And let's take a look at the watch itself. Get Swiss Super Luminova going all the way around there. Loom bezel 12 clock, the pip, hour minute hands. Second hand looks like it's got a little bit of loom on that. And of course, all the hour markers. Oh, that's the real zoomed in. There you go. Get the side of the case there. The back of the clasp there. The logo. And that's the screw back, case back, of course. So let's get into some of the details here. It's a 40 millimeter case size with 14 millimeters of case thickness. 20 millimeter lug width, automatic movement with, of course, hand winding function. Swiss made with 2-year international warranty and a water resistance of 20 ATM. So I really happen to like, I know Zodiac's been around for quite some time. And again, just, very simple watch. It's fantastic. Now we're going to go into, and again, let's not forget the price of $1,295. So we're starting to creep up a little bit in price here. Next watch we're going to go into, we have three more for now, is going to be the Alpina Sea Strong at $1,395. Okay, guys, so now we're on us.alpinawatches.com, and this is new, of course, and again, this band just needs to go. I'm sorry. This is the Sea Strong. You see the SKU number there with the price, of course. And, of course, not too many pictures, but let's get into some of the features here. It features the Alpina AL 525 automatic movement. It's a 44 millimeter case size. You also get 13.6 millimeters of case thickness, water resistant to 300 meters or 1,000 feet, anti-reflective sapphire crystal, buckle, screw down crown. So not too, brand new, it looks like. So not too many other things with this watch, but again, Luminova there, going all the way around on the arrow markers, including at least on the Lume Pip at 12. And I don't think that the unidirectional bezel lights up, but sometimes you never know. So that's the Sea Strong from Alpina. And next we're going into Shinola. Okay, guys, so this is a little bit of a somewhat wildish kind of card or whatever it is. Shinola just started to produce these watches not too long ago. And we're going to take a look at some of the pictures here. Of course, unfortunately, there's no, we've seen on many of the other watches, there's really no micro adjustment with the clasp there. That's the different bracelets that it comes on. Or actually, I'm sorry, excuse me. That's the top portion of the bracelet. This is the bottom portion that hugs your wrist. Of course, that's the folding safety clasp there. And that is the case back. Again, the little screws you guys can notice here. Right? So, let's take a look at some of, I wonder if they have the stuff here. Well, anyways, we'll go into those pictures in a minute. So this is a 43 millimeter watch. It's powered by the SW200-1 movement. Features a 26 joule and 38 hour power reserve watch. 316L stainless steel and has a depth rating of 1,000 feet. Anti-reflective sapphire crystal, anti-magnetic shield, the unidirectional bezel, and all stainless steel 3-link bracelet. And yeah, so anyways, let's get into some of the pictures here. That's the SWS